So I often hear, and you probably hear this too, that conflict is a good thing, that conflict can spur action and can help teams reach to a higher level. I find that a little, I almost want to say disingenuous. I almost want to say unsatisfying. Here's why. When people talk about conflict, what they generally mean is they're feeling unsatisfied. They might feel as though there's power plays going on. They don't feel heard. They experience the tension, the stress, and sometimes the helplessness and hopelessness. And having years of the word conflict associated with those types of feelings and emotions, and also world conflict and people kind of battling it out and trying to get one upsmanship. Um, I find that that's a really hard thing to overcome. I like to think more in terms of something important is going on, and a conflict is a symptom of something different. And I think being able to get out of, well, conflict is good, conflict can energize. Usually the people that are saying that are high up in the organization with decision making power. And usually the people that are in conflict aren't having the decision making power and feel a little bit more helpless. So being able to reframe it out of conflict to saying, hey, we've got some tension, we've got important conversations going on, people might feel impeded. We think that there's a gap in what we're trying to accomplish and how we're accomplishing it that's having some carry down impacts. So maybe my call is, yes, it's conflict, but recognize that most people don't like it. In fact, I've got a little statistic for you. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, that government organization that's in charge of enforcing anti-discrimination laws, they do a bit of research. And one thing that they found is that the vast majority of people do one of four things when there is kind of tension, conflict, or fear of harassment or retaliation or discrimination. Big stuff, right? What they do is about 35 to 75% of people avoid the situation or avoid the person. Anywhere from about 55 to about 75% of the people downplay it, minimize. So if you're a manager, supervisor, like, hey, how are things going? You're going to hear fine. On a side note, be aware of the fine. Usually fine ain't fine. And then about 44 to about 70% of people either ignore it or endure it. And if your access to healthcare, how you feed your family, how you keep a roof on your head, most people endure a lot of pain before coming forward, if they come forward at all. And then anywhere from 50 to 70% of people don't talk to their boss. They don't talk to the person that they have this conflict or tension or dissatisfaction with. They talk to family and friends. So I often hear people will say, well, you need to come to the person directly. There is not an employee handbook in the United States that somewhere does not say, please talk to the person directly or talk to your supervisor. Yet the vast majority of people don't do that. They're often concerned about retaliation. It may be an unfounded concern, but it's still the concern. Instead, they talk to family and friends, which oftentimes, a lot of the time, pretty much all the time, doesn't actually address the issue or the points of pain. So one of the things that I like to do is being able to work with leaders and teams and individuals of having them increase their situational awareness of, are there conflicts going on that you're just not aware of? And what are some tools where you can make people feel safer coming forward and having the conversations? Now, even the organizations that say, Carol, we are really good. You don't need to worry about us at all. We are one of the top 10 places to work. We get the best places to work award all of the time. We've got great retention. We're an awesome team. We'd like for you to come in to help us do professional development. And by the way, we hear that you also do compliance training for harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. Why don't you come and give us something of that? I will often say, fantastic. I love to help out in any way that I can to be able to improve everybody's confidence in their own competence to be able to handle uncomfortable or difficult conversations, or even just to keep whatever in the culture is working, continuing to work as people come, as people go, as organizations grow, shrink, and change. And I will often say, if I'm here because we need to have some type of compliance training that you need to demonstrate that you instructed your people on the rights and responsibilities in the employment relationship, that's great. And I will often say, chances are in your lifetime, you are going to be that trusted advisor to someone who may have less experience, who may work in a different organization, that you are the friend and family that they come to. So I love to be able to spend time with people so that way when they are the trusted member, person, they have tools, tips, techniques to be able to share with someone else. So that way we go beyond venting or complaining or gossiping and help people feel more comfortable and having a conversation to address the issue.